Awards program for 2011.
Real quick, can we just see which teams are here? Can we kind of go around there?
2062.
1259.
All right,
Great.
awesome.
Good representation. I'm Kevin Kaloje from 1675.
And I'm Lori Holland from Team 5 through 7. I guess we'll just start off with a quick background of who we are. I've been in the first robotics program for the last 6 years. The last 3 years of that I've been a marketing mentor. The other years I was actually a student on Team 5 through 7, and I acted as the marketing team lead. In that time, I've actively been involved and helped with the 7 Entrepreneurship Awards that we've won, the Regional Chairman's Award that we got last year, and the Engineering Inspiration in 2007.
And this will be my 13th year involved in FIRST coming up. I spent 4 years on Team 71 from Hammond, Indiana as a student, where I was involved with design and fabrication and robots with had multiple design awards. Also was involved with the writing of a championship Woodie Flowers Award. 2 years with 1064 up here from South Milwaukee, and then the last 7 years with 1675, the Ultimate Protection Squad, where I've been part of the mechanical group and the awards group, and we've been lucky enough to come home with Rookie All-Star, Spirit Award, Safety Award, Imagery Award last year, and then we've also had some Dean's List finalists last year, and we've got a couple of Woodie Flowers finalists. So we have a good representation across the board of different awards that FIRST has to offer. So hopefully we'll be able to shed some of our knowledge for you, and away we go.
So we kind of broke the awards down from their big list into team awards, individual awards, robot awards, and performance awards. And we'll kind of hit each of those as we go throughout the presentation. So if you guys have any questions, if you could maybe jot them down so you don't forget, and then save them until the end. Just because the way that we're going to be jumping around, we don't want you to miss anything.
So we'll start with the team awards. This is definitely the largest category. And just kind of a quick overview of all the different awards that are involved. There's the Chairman's Award and the Engineering Inspiration Award. Those are the 2 largest and most prestigious awards that FIRST offers. Are any of you new to FIRST, or have you all been involved in FIRST?
New.
You are new? Okay. So the chairman's, well, we'll kind of get into these a little more in detail. We'll just go through the list for right now. So again, the Chairman's Award is Engineering Inspiration. And then Entrepreneurship, which is, well, we'll get into that. Okay, and then Excellence in Design. There's an animation half to that award. And Gracious Professionalism, Imagery, Industrial Safety, Judges Award, Rookie All-Star, Rookie Inspiration, Team Spirit, and Website. And again, we'll kind of go through all those in a second.
Okay. So to start us off here, we've got our Chairman's Award, and that, like Kevin said, it's the most prestigious award that FIRST gives out. It's to recognize community involvement and how you guys interact with your various partnerships, be that with your school, with the FIRST community, with your direct area community, wherever you guys live, your students, your mentors, everything, how you guys all interact and how you're fostering the program and helping it to grow and inspiring other students. It's the award, the FIRST award.
It basically is like being a model team for all of FIRST to emulate.
And so some quick facts here. The essay is due February 17th at 10:59 a.m. this year, so it's a change from last year that you guys really need to know. Same thing as previous years, it's a 10,000 character essay, and then you have the executive summary that needs to be completed before you submit the essay. With that, you have 4 pictures and a video that's not due until the actual competition. So for your chairman's presentation, it's given by 3 people. FIRST doesn't specify whether those 3 people have to be students or mentors, so it's up to you to decide. It's a 10-minute presentation, and it's given to 3 judges, in basically a little closet if you're doing it here in Milwaukee. So it's a 5-minute presentation, 5-minute question and answer period, and just some like different presentation styles that you guys can look to do is like a straightforward speech, a skit, or a story. You can incorporate your video into your presentation, but you do have to bring in all of your own media, and you have to include the setup time in your total presentation time, so you have to account for that. So you guys need to also be aware that it's good to incorporate actual facts into like your speech and your essay. If you can boil it down to like how many people you actually reached in the various events that you guys put on, that'd be the very best. Like hard facts, give them statistics. You know, we did this demonstration and 30 people came to see us. Put that in your essay. You know, come up with a tally of how many people have you reached in the last year. That's kind of what they're looking for.
Yeah, the same thing goes for if you're talking about alumni that you've affected. You know, how many people have come through your team? How many people in the school have you reached out to? You know, that they love numbers.
So I guess some typical questions that they might ask you at the end of your presentation would be like in direct relation to your presentation. I guess I brought along some questions that they asked me my senior year after we gave the presentation, and they wanted to know like what percentage of freshmen and sophomores were on the team. They wanted to know specifically what was our involvement with other teams. They asked, so you're completely student-led, how do you utilize your mentors? And just like, how do you interact with other teams and how do you foster that involvement? So those are some things that you guys need to be aware of. You can't just send 3 good speakers into the room. They have to be knowledgeable of the essay, what's included in the essay, and what your team has done, basically. They should have a good historical perspective. You're allowed to leave something for the judges in the room with them. They will give it back to you if you ask for it back. Sometimes we put together a scrapbook and we give them the scrapbook just so they have a visual for them to look through. And then they give it back to you on that Saturday.
Yeah, we've always put together just a little booklet that kind of goes through our history, goes through all the demos we've done, just anything to add to what you have in your essay and in your presentation. It will be worthwhile for everyone. All right, so the engineering inspiration. A lot of people actually believe this is like a second place chairman's award. That's actually not true, although it is the second highest award you can win. It's not, a chairman's submission is not required to win this award, but it's kind of the same basis, except it's more what you're doing with engineering, how you're promoting engineering, and not so much just, not so much community involvement, but the topics that you're giving to the community. You might only do 1 or 2 demos, but if they're very focused with engineering and they're getting engineering into the hands of people that might not otherwise be exposed to it, that's the kind of thing they're looking for here. And it's primarily based on what your students will tell the judges and what the judges can learn from by being in your pit. The Chairman's Award submission will definitely help. The judges will read it, they'll have that information available. But if you're at a regional where you're not submitting your chairman's, the Chairman's Award can only be submitted at one of your events. If you're only going to one, that's your event. If you're going to multiple events, you have to pick which event you can submit it at. So the Engineering Inspiration Award, if you're at an event where you're not submitting your Chairman's Award, bring a copy of it with and have it on hand and give it to your judges so that they can look at it. It might have information that you might otherwise forget to talk about. Okay.
Let's see here. So the Entrepreneurship Award. Formerly, the Kleiner Perkins Coughlin Enviro Entrepreneurship Award. You actually submit this at the event. Right now, first is only requiring a 1 to 2 page executive summary. The details of that can be found on the first website. But a lot of teams have taken it a step further and created a whole business plan. For me as a student, that was kind of my project, and they've since taken it a lot further. But you can search online. If you just do a Google search for business plan templates, you'll find it out there, and then you just have to adapt that to your team. You know, it's real easy to put it together, especially from what first has and is required in the executive summary. That's just a snapshot version of a business plan. They only require like a paragraph or two for each topic, and just expand on that and have your business plan right there.
All right, some of the other awards that are judged at the competition very heavily. The Industrial Safety Award, there are a different set of judges for this award. Most of the judges you'll see will typically have had a blue polo shirt. The safety judges have typically had a green safety shirt, so you can tell the difference, who's who. And they're basically looking to make sure that your team is safe, but then they're looking to also see if you're setting examples for other teams to follow for safety. There's a token system that I think every team gets 10 to start with, and you can exchange those. You can give those out to other teams that you see doing safe actions. So there's actually two kind of categories in that award where the judges will pick a safety award winner, but then there will also be finalists that are based on a number of tokens that the team receives at the end of the tournament, and they get recognized as well. It's good to have a student safety captain. In fact, there's a badge that comes in your registration packet at each event that says safety captain on it. And one of your students should be wearing that and be in the pit, and they need to be in charge of the safety in the pit, making sure that everybody is being safe, that everybody has safety glasses, that they don't have any loose objects that could get tangled in the machines or in the tools. It's also good to have a safety manual. It's not required, but if you have one, then hopefully you've gone over that with your team, and so everybody's more aware, and that'll look good to the judges as well. But that's not something you should do to impress the judges. It's something you should do because it's a good thing to do. Imagery is kind of the total package. Those of you that have been around a few years, you probably know of a team called Wildstang. They're very easy to identify. They have like tie-dye everything, their robot, their pit, their colors, their everything. That's what imagery is looking for, that total team package. My team in Minnesota last year was awarded the imagery award, and we had an anodized robot, we had an anodized pit, we have our graphics on our shirt. They're looking for everything together. It goes to a wide variety of teams, but if you have something unified, that'll help. And it's not something that they'll ask you about, but it's something that all the judges will just kind of observe. And then the website is another submittal that you have to make. And basically all you have to do is enter your website address on the first award site, which students have to do. It's due at the same time as chairman's, February 17th at 10:59 a.m. And again, you have to pick which regional you're submitting it to, and it is the same as the Chairman's Award and the Woodie Flowers Award. So all three of those awards will be judged at the same event. Basically, it's just, what's on your website. Is it informative? Do you have information about your team, about first? It's judged separately from the competition by a website expert. And then there's again two categories.
The panel.
Oh, is it the panel?
Yeah.
Okay. And they will determine whether you meet, there's certain criteria on the first website. If you meet those, you get like an excellence award that you can put on your website. And then if you win the award, you're the best overall website, then you get a different badge that you can put on your website. So I'm sure you've all probably been to like Chief Delphi. You see they've got a little list of 2009, 2008, 2007. It just goes down the list of every year that they've been awarded the website award.
Okay, so these are just some awards that we didn't talk about in detail, so we're just going to quick go through them.
Excellence in design. Like I said earlier, there's kind of two halves to that award. The animation component is judged at the regionals. And what it is everybody hopefully is aware that all teams, everybody, students and mentors, have access to autodesk.com/first. And you can sign up to download pretty much the entire Autodesk suite. You can get Studio Max, AutoCAD, Inventor, Maya, pretty much anything that AutoCAD makes, or Autodesk makes, you can download. And for the animation competition, January 10th, not tomorrow, on Monday, they'll announce the rules for this year's animation competition. And likely the submittal date will be before ship date. That's when it typically has been. It's been a real short window for the animation competition, but they'll give you some sort of a prompt. Past examples were biomimicry, inventions, just something that the kids then get the chance to make a 30-second animation and upload that, and then it's peer judged at the regionals. The group, every team will designate a representative. Every team that's submitted will designate a representative, and they get to go in a room, view all the entries, and then vote for them. So the teams will actually choose that winner. And the only requirements are that you have to use either 3D Studio Max, Maya, or Soft Image, and then you can use anything else to go along with it, but you have to use one of those. And like I said, at the regional, it's peer judged, but then when you advance to the championship, which is either the regional winners or if the committee picks additional ones, it's judged by a team of professionals at the championship level.
Okay, so the Gracious Professionalism Award is kind of a big deal in first. It's sportsmanship, essentially. It's taking sportsmanship to another level, though. Like teams in the finals helping each other, where you're competing against one another and their robot breaks down. So team over here gives them that part. It's stuff like that. It's not just shaking hands at the end of the competition. Going above and beyond to help your competition, so that you can say, well, I did this type of thing. That's pretty much Gracious Professionalism.
You'll hear that term a lot all year. It's good to know and good to follow. The Judges Award basically can be given for whatever the judges feel. If they see a team that doesn't really fit into any of the existing categories, but has something really unique or special about them, that's what the Judges Award is for. Rookie All-Star and Rookie Inspiration are basically the Chairman's Award and Engineering Inspiration Award for rookies. If you're a first-year team, nobody in here was from a first-year team. We have some new members, but yeah, the teams. So this won't really apply to anybody in here, but be on the lookout for the rookies this year at the regional. They're going to need some help, and if you offer it to them, just you all hopefully remember when you were new. Be nice and use your gracious professionalism for them as well. But the Rookie All-Star goes to the best overall rookie that would basically be a future Chairman's Award winner. And Rookie Inspiration, again, with the, what do they do with the engineering side of things and how do they present it to their community and school as a new member at first.
All right, and Team Spirit. It basically celebrates extraordinary enthusiasm and spirit through exceptional partnership and teamwork. So that's more than just being the loudest in the stands. It kind of goes back to like the imagery award where you are a team and you act as a team, and just being as enthusiastic as you can throughout the whole competition and on and off the field with your partners, like your corporate partners, your school partners, like we were talking about before. It's kind of a general award that you can get. So now we'll go into the robot awards here. The Creativity Award celebrates creativity in design, the use of component or strategy of play. So that kind of covers a lot of things. The questions that they may ask for that is pretty general stuff, like tell me about your strategy, or how did you tackle this year's game, and those are kind of red flags that you're looking for the creativity award.
And these awards are kind of judged not only in your pit, but also what the judges can see on the field. So just kind of keep that in mind. Engineering Excellence is sponsored by Delphi, and what it is it's recognizes elegant and advantageous machine features. So if you have something on your robot that is designed beautifully and manufactured beautifully, and it also works really well, maybe you have something that looks really nice but doesn't really do anything, that's not really what they're looking for. But something, the full circle of design, build, and function is what they're looking for there. Okay?
Okay, so let's see here. The Quality Award is awarded for machine robustness in concept or fabrication. I don't know, do you have anything to add to that?
Just make sure you have a robust robot, and it's not going to fall apart on the field, and you'll have a good shot at that one. Innovation and Control, supported by Rockwell Automation, celebrates innovative control systems or applications of control components to provide unique machine functions. So if you have a really cool setup with your driver station, or you have some sensor feedback that is pretty unique, that's what they're looking for there. So I've seen teams in the past that have actually had like a hand control with potentiometers and sensors that mimics, that an arm would mimic what their actual driver's doing. That's really unique. That's kind of an example of what they would be looking for in that award. Okay. Well, excellence in design, 3D design, and this is the other half of the AutoCAD award. And this award is only given at the championship. It's not a regional award. And like the animation side of that award, you have to use Autodesk products. You have to use Inventor 2011. But what it is it's if you use Inventor to design your robot during the 6 weeks, and then you use that to manufacture your robot, then you have your designs, and you submit this through the Autodesk website. They can see the whole process from design to finished product. That's the spirit of that award, just the whole engineering process. Okay.
So just an overview of tips for winning the robot awards, I guess you'd say, is you must be able to clearly explain and demonstrate the feature that you're talking about. So if you tell them that you have, a 7-axis arm or whatever, you should be able to demonstrate all 7 axes and explain how they're used in the game and whatnot. Another good thing is don't be bashful. So if you think something's cool, just tell them that.
Yeah, don't be afraid to get them ready up to their robot and be excited about it. Show some emotion, show some pride in what you've built. It might be helpful during the build season to have some study sessions with the students. Make sure that everybody's aware of what's going on. You might have people in the pit when judges come by that didn't necessarily work on the robot, but they should be knowledgeable about what the robot does, or be able to direct the judges to someone that is knowledgeable.
Another good thing to do during build season, if you have some downtime, right? Yeah. Or after build season, in between ship and the competitions, is practice talking to judges. Figure out what components you want to highlight and what you're going to say about them. You can even create a handout to give to the judges and to other teams. It's always nice to get a fact sheet of what the robot is, what it can do, your strategy, stuff like that you can include on there. I've seen playing cards even, robot playing cards.
And if we have time at the end here, we'll actually go through a little mock judging session just real quick to give you an idea of what they're looking for, what some of the practices that work.
So some individual awards that you guys are eligible for, like the Dean's List Award, that was just added last year. And it's specific. Well, the Dean's List is specifically for students. It's due on the same time as Chairman's and Woodie Flowers, so February 17th at 10:59 a.m. And it's actually submitted by the mentors, although it's recommended that it be written by the students. This essay is only 4,000 characters, and it really highlights a outstanding student leader. So last year we actually had a student on our team that was a Dean's List finalist in Minnesota. So we believe he won it anyways for his work in first on like the national level. He put together a dashboard thing and put it out there for everyone to use, and there was a lot of comments and feedback back on that.
And we also had a finalist in Milwaukee last year, and as a junior, she has taken it upon herself to, coming up from freshman year, that she's taken it upon herself to learn how to weld and does all the welding on her team. And she just kind of has an overall national presence on Chief Delphi. So there's a lot of different things that they're looking for this, but just overall excellence. All right, the Woodie Flowers is kind of the same thing as the Dean's List Award, except it's for mentors. And it has to be submitted by the students, again, that February 17th, 10:59 a.m. The students should come together and nominate and decide who they're going to submit. And then they have to write a 600-word essay. And if they have previous winners on the team, you can submit one nominee for the national award, and you can submit one nominee for the regional award. But then if you have a second, like if your regional nominee wins that same year, then you have to choose which one you're going to submit nationally. But it's basically recognizes mentors that are able to effectively communicate, that are able to inspire students. Basically, you know, if your mentor has personally inspired you, they're a good nomination. You have your own reasons. Everybody has their own different reasons. It can be teachers, it can be parents, it can be engineers. There is no limit, male, female. Anybody that helps you out as a mentor is eligible for this award, and it's an honor in itself just to be nominated by a team, let alone win at a regional. And they did win in 2007.
So some of the performance awards that are given out are the Champion Award, the winner of the whole competition, finalists, I believe it was 6.
Second place.
Oh, second place team. Okay.
And then the Co-Opetition Award changes every year. Last year was the first year for it. And last year it was based on an actual point value that was given during the game. Who knows what it'll be this year? We'll find out tomorrow. But it's probably something related to some way that you score with your opponents and promote working together even though you're opponents. Okay.
And then we also have the highest rookie seed, and that goes to the rookie team that is ranked the highest among all the teams. So when you're talking to the judges, here are some tips for you guys to remember. It's important to relax, because if you're sitting there shaking and everything, you're not going to be able to communicate as well as if you were to just like take a deep breath and speak. Because you know the stuff, you've been working on it for the past 6, 8 weeks, years, whatever. So you just need to take a breather.
It's okay if you don't know an answer that they're looking for, but you should know someone that does. You're not going to be the only person in your pit at that time, hopefully. So, find someone in the pit that does know and refer them and just pass on the judge to that person. Even if it is a mentor, if it's a very specific question that the mentor is the only one that might know the answer, like it's a very technical question about a program or something, that's okay. Ask them what it is that they're looking for, but then take it right back from and continue talking with the judge.
Another good thing to do is when the judge comes to your pit, you should introduce yourself and your position on the team, how long you've been involved, and stuff like that. If you're bringing in another person, say you don't know, you should introduce them and have them introduce whatnot. If you have handouts, it's a good thing to present it to them right away so that they can look through it as you're talking, or at the end so that they can take it with them. We always put together like a folder, a binder for them. At the end, I'll let you guys take a look at what that entails. If you don't want to do handouts, you can just give them a button just to kind of remember your team. Sometimes judges will like that and they'll send them all back out.
Sometimes you can even give them blinking hats. And then be sure to invite them, like especially if you're talking about the machine function, invite them to your next match and tell them when it is, or see if you could even have them follow you out to the field or something. Get their attention out on the field so they can see what you're talking about and see it in action.
You should be respectful of judging that may be occurring around you. So if in the pit next door to you guys, if there's judging going on, just make sure that you're not all rambunctious and everything, and yelling and screaming.
Especially like if you have judging going on next door to you too, not just in your own pit. It gets pretty noisy down there. There's a lot going on.
Okay. Do you have any questions? Okay.
Mock
Yeah.
judging real quick.
We'll do a little presentation thingy here. Okay. So I'm going to be the judge, and Kevin's going to be a student on the team, and we're going to kind of give a little skit here of a robot award, I guess you would say.
Working.
Hi.
Oh, hello. Hi, I'm Kevin Cologe from Team 1675. Welcome to our pit.
Hi, Kevin.
Let me give you a business card.
Oh, thanks.
I was one of the manufacturing students, and I helped build the robot here.
Oh, yeah. How long have you been involved with the team?
This is my freshman year, actually. I've never been here before, but I'm so excited to be here.
Wow, that's great. So what can you tell me about your robot?
Well, our robot is really cool this year. It's got these Mecanum wheels on it, and here's actually one of our wheel pods that is from the robot, so you don't have to get into the robot and get messy. Here's an example of what was in our robot. So we've got these cool wheels that let us go in all sorts of different directions, and we had one of our students actually did all the welding here, and they're kind of heavy, but you should see us out on the field. We float like a butterfly and sting like a bee.
That's really great. So how do you control something like that? How did you guys tackle that problem?
Well, I wasn't involved with the programming itself, but my teammate here, Lori Hall, she knows all about the programming, so why don't you talk to her? Lori? That's what they're looking for, okay? So, be excited about it, get involved with it, bring in other people, don't be afraid to show them things, bring examples, judges love that.
Show them your 3D renderings, stuff like that. And that's about all we have. We've included our contact information here, so if you guys have any questions that you come up with later on.
And we also have some handouts here that kind of summarize a little bit, and also has the link to, or the website for, where you can find all the information about the awards. We'll just have these up this.
And here is what Treasure Robotics has created to put out into pits for the judges and to give them after the chairman's presentation. It's a pretty comprehensive binder here. The first tab is the business plan, and then it goes on and breaks down our different team aspects here and has a little page of what each team has done. And in the back we've got our organizational chart